So talk to me a little bit about what you got going on here with these magic cards.
Well, let's just say there's a lot of them. It's almost impossible for me to find them when they're organized like this. But this way, I just sit in one spot and I just have piles, and then I know where all my piles are as I'm finding the cards that I want, or the thoughts.
Yeah.
So as I find the thoughts, then I stack them, and then I can stack. But otherwise, everything just has to be out in the open. Just
Got it.
I funnel everybody
From the
straight
door?
into there. Yeah, they bypass all my kitchen, personals, my valuables, and then there's no reason anybody goes in that way. And then the bathroom's there, it's perfect.
You need to lead them
People
into
end up
a...
stealing everything that I have and just taking everything I have. Yeah, and then this one is also, the wise seek wisdom, for one must be wise to understand wisdom. Be prepared, you never know what you need until you need it. Then you know.
Then you know.
Yeah. And so that's what I found with Fetal Alcoholic Facts, is always be prepared. And so that's what being organized always. And then I like them organized in the way that I like to eat them.
Do you grab them with your feet?
No.
No?
Okay, sometimes.
Be honest.
I can't reach. There's something. Basically, that was a chocolate bar today.
What was?
Yes?
It was a chocolate bar?
Yep.
Alrighty.
So it is officially a chocolate bar all day. I'm just not gonna argue with my brain.
So what do you mean by that? Do you mean when you eat it?
No. I mean when I'm trying to process the information of what I'm looking at. I know what I'm looking at, but my brain's already processed it and all its uses.
This is a chocolate bar.
Yeah. Well, today.
When I describe fetal alcohol syndrome to people, a lot of times the easiest way I can explain it is that it kind of seems like you're drunk.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much, it's pretty much like being drunk all the time. Except, almost like the polar opposite of drunk. It's almost like hypersensitivity and just hyper acuteness versus, sloppiness and drunkenness. And so it's like everything is extreme heightened.
Yeah, like it's easy to get in an argument.
Well, it's like my brain turns into a squirrel and just starts bouncing around the inside of my head. So it's the opposite, complete opposite. So when I drink booze and then, start getting the booze effect of the sloppy, then it slows down the squirrel and turns squirrel into a normal human being.
How have you not, I feel like, how have you not become an alcoholic? Isn't that so alluring, the idea of being numb and things being quiet?
It does, but fortunately, when I started to go down that route, a friend of a friend got me stoned on marijuana, and it's been a blessing ever since. A car ride versus a roller coaster. The car ride's nice and smooth. The roller coaster is totally jerkish and is always changing directions.
First, I want to say thank you for talking with me on camera about, something so personal.
Yeah, no problem.
I think it takes a lot of guts to talk about it.
I think it just takes closure and confidence.
How would you define fetal alcohol syndrome to people? Because I think a lot of people don't really know what it is, what it means.
Fetal alcohol syndrome, I would say, okay, I'll give you the symptoms. It's no short-term memory, no attention span, which basically means no short-term memory, or anything in between, like my thought process, or anything already said, or that I'm trying to say, could be lost. So, and then so that boils down to no long-term memory. Eventually, I'll just forget all the actors of my favorite movies, and if I don't talk to someone or hear from someone, or then I'll eventually forget their name or completely just not think about them at all. It's like a tumbleweed. And the thought is the tumbleweed, constantly short circling and tumbling.
And in your head, is it like your own voice talking to yourself?
That's the only thing that keeps me focused. But yeah, it's my own voice talking in my head constantly, but it's more like it's like a hello, 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 hello. It starts reverberating, getting louder and louder. It's like, wait, echoes are supposed to get quieter.
You weren't diagnosed, I think, so much later. 18, no?
Yeah.
And before then, did you always feel like something was... Like, when did you first start to feel like something was off?
I would have to say by grade 6. But there are other people that, had ADHD and this other stuff, but that's the thing, was I didn't even fit into those groups. Like, they picked on me. The losers made fun of me. Like, that's when I started realizing I didn't even fit in with the losers. The losers had their own group. I didn't fit into any group at all. Just not a single group.
And when you were diagnosed, was it a sense of relief?
Yeah, because then I finally, understood. I'm like, oh, it finally makes sense. But it didn't make sense until I saw a poster that listed the symptoms. All the symptoms. It was just, wow. I stopped taking medication in my high school because it was up and down, but as soon as the medication would wear off...
They were giving you the wrong stuff.
No, I know. They were constantly giving me Ritalin, like all sorts of different types of Ritalin.
Why were they giving you Ritalin?
Exactly. Because they didn't know what... I was mixed diagnosed. But, yeah. But anyways, so I knew that there was something wrong because without it, it would be rocky up and down, but it wouldn't be so bad. It would be manageable. It was manageable. But then as I would take the medication, as soon as the medication wore off, it was like the depths of hell or the rocket ride from hell. Either way, there was just no stopping it from exploding or no stopping it from just plummeting to the depths of depression.
What are some examples of things that you have basically had to teach yourself? Strategies, I guess, for survival?
I would say literally just being organized. I'm not forgetting things, and for school, I have all my school stuff laid out, ready. If I were to put that stuff away, then I wouldn't be able to, I wouldn't think of it. It would be back in my mind. It's basically gone, dead to the world, basically. When I listen to music, I can focus a lot better, and I can get in the mode and stay in the mode, and because that's another thing with Fetal Alcohol Fest, is motivation is at an extreme low. It's almost like depressing how demotivated, but the demotivation is caused by the anxiety of everything that's going on all at one time. Like, I forget where I was getting at.
It's alright. Sometimes I feel like I spend enough time with you that I can tell when you... Sometimes you have a point, and then you have to kind of go out here to gather all the pieces for the point. And then sometimes I see that you're gathering too far away.
Yeah, by the time, yeah.
And then I'm like, alright. What about the relationship of being an adopted person, because we're both adopted, but we're both from separate birth families, and your birth mother, drank while pregnant. And do we know, how much she drank?
As long as I don't ever meet her or know what she's like or see her person out, as long as I don't meet her, I'm fine.
In your head, it's like...
Yeah, one, I don't want to know. Two, I'd probably have some, I'd probably go off the rails. Three, it's just, nah. I just don't think about it, because as soon as I do, it's like my head just explodes.
With anger?
Just everything. Anger, frustration, doubt, fear, and, curiosity, revenge. Like, not really revenge, just more just... But at the same time, it's like more... You wouldn't really get mad at the person. It's more you would want to understand, but then I wouldn't want to, because who knows? Maybe I'll learn that I'm gonna have cancer. It's genetic or something. All these other genetic things or other things that I just, it's best I have enough distractions in life and deterrence and demotivation from just the way fetal alcohol effects is just. So, I just don't need that.
For the people, if they meet someone with fetal alcohol syndrome, what are things that, they can take away, and what do you want people to know?
That people with fetal alcohol effects probably will never be able to maintain eye contact, because it's almost impossible to be able to think and formulate thoughts in a full sentence.
But you're going to school, you're staying creative, you motivate yourself every day. Do you have words to live by? What gets you up in the morning?
Oh, get me up in the morning. Ow, my head.
What?
Ow, my head. Well, that's
the...
No, just ow, my head.
The thoughts.
As soon as
Are you
I wake
serious?
up, it's just...
You wake up and then you're like, fuck.
It's just instant anxiety.
Raw.
It's like, if I don't get up, then I'm gonna have... Then the anxiety just builds and builds and builds. So if I don't start my day and just start...
You're getting it done.
Yeah.
You should be real proud of yourself.
Oh my god, I've come a long way. It's been a long fucking battle. A long battle. But I am very proud of myself.
Good, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Well, I'm proud of you too.
Oh, thanks, man.
And no offense, but I kind of feel like I've been your teacher. Oh please, you think you got any of that from Dad? Anything that
you've been my teacher.
Oh come on!
You didn't even have my phone as a contact on your phone. I was texting you, and you were who is this?
Before I left, for art, singing, music,
growing up.
Yeah,
yeah, man, you
video,
taught me a lot.
Everything.
Big
All
shiny
that
tunes.
was, the stuff that I would constantly be walking through the house going, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be that, I'm gonna do it, I'm just,
Well, music for sure, and definitely being creative and stuff.
Yeah. I'm gonna become a carpenter, have a homestead, farm, and yeehaw!
Fucking A.
We were born barbecuing. Yeah. We'd come out, we'd be already barbecuing the pieces of the placenta.